I'm awesome! You people bought a ticket to see me, so shut up!
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no control.
Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you live under a rock,
I might
you
grab
are
a
looking
bat, I
at
don't
the
know, my
youngest
rap,
and
my blood
fastest
boils
rising
over
star
like,
in
oh God, here
professional
goes. I
wrestling
lost all
today.
feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face just to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you gon' wish you had shut the fuck up real bad.
Shut up!
Hello and welcome to this week's Raw review edition of the Heel of Wrestling podcast. I am MK, and we got here Heel and a new special guest. Say what's up.
Yes.
What is up, everybody? What an honor it is for me to be here.
Yes. He is our new AEW correspondent. As you guys know, one of our main promises is there's just a lot of alternatives for there for people and for the fans. I mean, wrestling is literally at one of its biggest peaks right now, and we need help. And Adam is going to help you guys and also us follow wrestling, and he's here for everyone. I guess you can say Adam is the biggest face right now, ironically, in the Hill of the Ring podcast.
Well, of course,
You can call
he is, because he is the biggest AEW fan, because apparently we are known as the heels of this, community. So
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys putting me over. You can call me Adam, you can call me the Diff Man, but even though I'm an AEW correspondent, I kind of feel like I'm at WrestleMania 22 right now because this is big time.
Oh yeah. And
Yes, sir.
by the way, anyone have any thoughts on NXT Spring Break-In, I believe it was called?
Yes, so the show is happening in about just a couple minutes. They got about 6 matches on the card. More specifically, 2 big championship matches featuring Cameron Grimes versus Solo Sikoa and Carmelo Hayes for the NXT North American title. And we also got a big main event featuring Braun Breaker defending his NXT title against Joe Gacy, which is a story that's been brewing for the last few weeks, even involving Braun Breaker's dad, Rick Steiner, which, I checked out a little bit of it this past couple weeks. It had a little bit of weird kind of moments with them kidnapping his dad and whatnot, but it should be a fun show, and yeah.
Yeah, and NXT has always been like the indies, I don't want to say bigger, but at least a nice family member, almost like a cousin to the independent circuit, because they do mainly focus a lot more on the matches, but they have a little bit of storyline in there for, because at the end of the day, they're still WWE, so it's like this is nice little, something for you to bite on,
I will
NXT
say
is,
that I will say this though. I feel like, especially with the 2.0, and I just want to make my quick thoughts on NXT before we get into Raw. NXT 2.0. I think I've mentioned this on the podcast before, where I feel like they're for the past several months they've been focusing a little bit more on character development, on stories. You know, I think they're treating it more like a developmental, what it should have been for the longest time, which I felt like NXT has gone away from. You know, before the 2.0 became more about ratings and trying to beat AEW, and now this is what NXT is supposed to be. You know, is it perfect? No, but I do think they are in the right direction. Do you got any thoughts to say about Adam?
Come on, AEW fan, speak.
No, I have actually been staying a little bit away from NXT 2.0. Haven't really watched too much of it yet. The only thing I really know of NXT 2.0 is what I've heard from other podcasts I've watched, which is, I mean, I agree with everything that you're saying, that it kind of is what NXT should be right now. But as far as the direction of NXT and the way that they're going right now, I can't really say too much on it other than we'll see what happens with Triple H's baby. You know, I mean, this kind of started off as Triple H's child, so we'll see if it continues that way. If now that he's officially retired from in-ring competition, if he's going to still remain the main booker of that show, or what's going to happen.
All right. With that said, now let's jump into Raw. And Raw was a really interesting show in the sense that you can tell they knew it was on TV. I'll just say that. Because I think I'll just ask you guys this. Now, Adam, I know obviously you're not big into WWE. We talked about this last night when we were negotiating your JEDI Sports Network contract. You said you're not really the biggest WWE fan, same as with me with AEW, and that basically the first hour and second hour I would say was the best hours of Raw yesterday. And then the first hour you can just tell they kind of like it felt like they phoned it in a little bit because we all know what was on TV last night. It was the NBA Finals. And I don't know if you guys felt that way or it was just me, but it felt like they were like, you know what, let's just put everything good out there. So at least people that are watching right now, they're like, you know, they know we're at least good to go for the go home show. So that way they don't have to worry about, you know, we don't have to worry about competing with other shows later on in the third hour.
Adam, you want to go first since you're a guest?
He's not just a guest, okay? He's
go right ahead.
He's not just a guest. He's the new.
Oh, my apologies.
AW correspondent. A guest would just be here for one show. He's here for the future.
My apologies.
The future is now. Okay.
The future is now. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But I digress. Adam, you got any thoughts on this? Wow. I guess that's his opinions for Raw. But in terms of
we haven't gone like event by event. Yeah, I just want to get your feelings on the show. So
I mean, Raw for the most part actually had some moments. I felt like just like last week, they're actually, one thing I will say about Raw as opposed to, let's say, SmackDown is that I feel like they have some sort of a direction with certain stories. Feels like every segment tends to have like a it feels like a lot of people on the show have a storyline, which that's a step in the right direction. You know, whether you think it's good or bad, I think is kind of irrelevant per se. But you can tell, like, okay, this person has a storyline with this person, and nothing doesn't feel like either A, out of place, or B, there's no purpose to it. You know, I thought the opening segment, if we're like going by chronological order, I thought the opening segment was, you know, basic stuff. You know, with the bloodline coming out and and RK Bro, attacking them from behind, and then Drew McIntyre showing up, and there's a brawl. I guess it's a nice way, to start off the show, I guess.
Yeah, and we're really into that. And I would like Adam's thoughts on the whole storyline right here. Again, remember, one at a time.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
basically, if I remember correctly, the lights go out. RK Bro comes out. They beat up the Usos. And then Roman Reigns is forced to basically fight Drew, and Drew, I believe, got the other upper hand. And then I'm not gonna lie, that basically told me, okay, there's a chance that Roman and the Usos are gonna win the 6-man tag.
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
The only question I want to know now is that, and they still have time, whether they add in the winner take all stipulation for the pay-per-view on Sunday.
Yeah.
Because as of now, it's not advertised as a unification or a winner take all match,
Yeah.
which I think that's.
But the thing
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
love the thing I love there is that there's still that mystique of like, oh, the good guys can still go over. So you don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
That, I think that's one good thing, is that if let's say they did have Roman and the Usos defend their titles and RK Bro defend their titles, I think it would be a bit of a foregone. It would be a lot more predictable for the Bloodline to win. At least one good thing coming out of it is that, well, as of now, they're not unifying the titles, and two, it makes this match a little bit less predictable, because you could have a scenario where Drew can pin one of the Usos, and that could be a way for him to earn an opportunity for the title, or RK Bro winning winning the match for their team, or, which I hope they actually explain this on Friday, where the reason why they called off the unification was because the last couple of weeks the Usos have been losing a bunch of matches to RK Bro, so Roman feels like he didn't deserve it, right? Which I was hoping that they actually went through it yesterday on Raw, but they didn't. But hopefully they explained why the unification match is off, because it was kind of weird where Roman told the Usos to go to Raw and unify the titles, only for him to say, nah. It's like, what are you doing?
Right, and I'm not gonna lie, just like everyone else, I popped because Randy Orton, he always brings the energy, no matter it. I don't know where he finds it, even at age like 41, 42,
42,
something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where he finds it. He always, I don't know if it's just the fact that he's having fun right now or what, but he always brings it. No pun intended, to The Rock. He always brings that energy that stadium is needed. And yeah, Adam, if you could give your thoughts on this, that'd be great, because I know this is one thing you're actually invested in, is Roman's title reign.
Yeah, this is probably the most interesting that I think Roman has been in at least 5 years. I feel like it's less scripted Roman. It may not be completely unscripted Roman, but I feel like they're letting him be more himself and less of this forced character that he's been in the past. I definitely think that the Bloodline thing might be getting a little bit old from what I've heard from other fans, just other fans. The Bloodline thing might be kind of reaching the point where it's like, okay, how much longer is this going to go on for? But fans are really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying Roman right now. I'm not a WWE fan, and
oh my god, shocking.
And I'm just an AEW correspondent. But look, I'm the face of this podcast. But I'm going to turn heel soon enough. Don't worry. So
you're the face of this podcast. Okay.
The baby face, not the face.
Okay.
But I will soon be the face of this podcast and turn heel. But anyway, this is the most fun I think that not just Roman but WWE has been in a very long time. So props to WWE for finally doing something right after all these years. And I just want to say one more thing. And the brand extension, please. if they end the brand extension, they will have me back as a fan, 100%.
Oh wow, MK actually differs on you on that.
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah. I've been this is one of those things I mentioned on the pod a couple weeks ago on the idea of them ending the brand extension, which I believe is a terrible idea, if you ask me. Here's the thing. It's not just. I feel like this topic is very 50-50. Either you're for it or you're against.
Fight. No.
No. And I get the pros and cons of why ending it. Like the pros being like, oh, you get to use everyone at your disposal. You get to somewhat create new feuds and whatnot. But at the same time, why I say I hate it is because one, when they would end it, one of the shows will end up just feeling like a highlight show half the time, i.e. SmackDown, what it was back in like 2012 to mid 2016, where it was just kind of a Raw clip show. Number two, mainly only your main featured guys and girls are going to be on the show, and it's going to make them feel overexposed, which means that a lot of the mid to lower tier up and coming talent won't be used as much, i.e. look what happened during the wild card rule phase a few years ago. And it's just like, for me, and this is just me personally, when there's a brand extension, it gives me a reason to watch both shows, because not everybody that I want to see is on the same show, so if I have to see one particular story on Raw, I have to watch Raw. If I see one particular story on SmackDown, I watch it on SmackDown. So yeah, I feel like in theory, in the short term, ending it, I kind of understand where people are coming from, but in the long run, it's not going to really do the company good. And I don't even think the ratings are going to do better if they ended it as well, because you can use everybody in your disposal, but it all depends on how you write the shows and whatnot. The writing and the storytelling is what really matters the most, in my opinion. Not so much about the star power, so to speak.
All right, Adam, anything you want to say about that, or do you want to move on and for tonight's
Yeah,
show?
no, you make some really good points there about reasons to keep the brand extension, but at the same time, do you remember the Raw Super Show a few years back, where Raw was pretty much nothing but I should say SmackDown, was nothing more than a Raw clip show, and that was during the brand extension era that was going on. So that was before they really kind of decided that Raw and SmackDown were going to be completely different, which I'm glad that they moved into now. I'm actually really happy that they moved into Raw and SmackDown being completely separate from each other, like it used to be back when they started the brand extension. But at the same time, even though you make a lot of good points, fortunately, I know it's your show, but I have to disagree.
It's your show too now.
Dude, you can disagree all you want.
Yeah.
That's the fun part.
It's both of your
It's-
platforms. Hey, at the end of the day, we're all wrestling fans, and both of you at the end of the day are here. This is why. Adam. This is the main reason why I brought you on the show, because you have these opinions that some people might actually agree with, and you're the voice for them.
Yeah,
The voice of the, not the voiceless, the voice of
the voice of the Adams.
Well, don't trust Adams because they make up everything. Anyway, that's an old science joke. Anyway, so yeah, back to that back to brand extension thing. Yeah, when they were doing the Raw Super Show thing, it didn't really matter that that they were separate brands, because SmackDown was pretty much the A show and SmackDown was a B show, and everybody knew it. And now it kind of seems like the reverse, where SmackDown is the A show and Raw is the B show. Maybe that will change if Raw ever goes back to being 2 hours, but hey, we'll see.
I get what you mean, but I think even when the Raw Super Show happened, because it was a lot like when they did the wild card rule a few years ago, where because for me, I felt like they ended the extension when they did the Raw Super Show. I know people said it happened when they unified the world and WWE title, but realistically, that's when they actually ended it. in 20, and I believe it was like August of 2011 or something like that. And to me, I get when people would say, and I see it on Twitter too, where people be like, you know what, they should just end the brand so we can get fresh matches. Well, you know, sometimes you can still get fresh matches even with a split. It's just that you don't have to do all these fresh matches at once. You know, sometimes you can you can save these fresh matches for later. You know, for example, AJ Styles and Seth Rollins a few years ago, or you know, Shawn Michaels versus
All
Kurt
right.
Angle in '05. So,
Uh,
etc., etc.
I
So
think
yeah,
I think both of you make really good points, but unfortunately, we still got a lot to cover. So
yeah. I mean, just
yeah,
it was a side
yeah.
little thing. But
So
yeah,
If I could, sorry, if I could just throw in one more very quick thing.
all right, go ahead.
If they do ever end the brand extension, it would mean probably at least a few more guys would end up going to AEW, which would give me more stuff to cover on the show, which would make me very happy because it would mean that I would be back on the show more.
All right, fair enough.
okay, fair enough.
Well, all right. So next we got, I believe a segment actually happened before this, where it
Yeah.
was Kevin Owens and Alpha Academy did a segment with the Street Profits and Ezekiel, and then that led up to a tag match happened where Alpha Academy and Kevin Owens defeated the Street Profits and Ezekiel.
Yeah.
I mean Ezekiel's just over right now. I
Yep.
mean, and Kevin Owens. I mean, let's be real. Kevin Owens, anything he does is just gold. Anything he's involved in. Alpha Academy. I mean, don't get me wrong. Can I see why they're entertaining? Yes, but and Profits. This is one me and MK I believe differ on. I found being entertaining. This segment overall for me. The segment, just not judging the match yet. The segment I actually liked because you know again. I just love Owens coming at Ezekiel like, you know who you really are, huh? You know, and then Ezekiel's just like, bro, calm down, okay? You know, basically to paraphrase, and then, you know, I just like the match overall though, it was solid. You know, just you know, it was there. I didn't mind it. How about
Adam.
you guys?
Adam, you go.
I didn't watch it, so you guys go ahead.
Wow. So, anyways, the segment was fine. Chad Gable and Otis continue to make me laugh every time I see them on TV, and I agree with you. This whole KO and Ezekiel thing is really getting over. You know, I thought this was going to be a storyline where it's not going to go anywhere and it's going to not be entertaining and they're going to drop it. But no, this is something that fans really like to see, and I'm enjoying it. I thought the match was solid. You know, standard 6-man tag, which there's a lot of tag team that in the main event we'll get to later on. But yeah, it was a solid match. I was surprised that the heels actually did win this match, you know, but I guess this is a way to just continue the story between KO and Zeke. So yeah, I mean, hey, again, like I said before, it feels like a lot of people are being used on this show, which I like. But overall, solid stuff.
Yeah, and then we had Veer Mahan take on a jobber by the name of Vern Hansen, and they interviewed him, and literally I was just like, I'm like, who's the other guy that got over by interview? I'm like, oh yeah, James Ellsworth. I'm like, I was like telling myself,
No way.
if this guy pulls another James Ellsworth, I'm like, I swear, I'm gonna laugh. But the funny thing is, he doesn't have that silly look that James has, because James got over because he was actually funny. He looked funny, you know.
Yeah, because he was a meme for like a good month or so.
Any man with 2 hands has a fighting chance. But yeah, and unfortunately, this guy didn't have that same charisma. Again, he's really forgettable. And of course, Veer Mahan does what Veer Mahan does until he ends up in the real feud, probably. And that's he squashed him, and you know, meh.
I guess yeah, standard Veer Mahan match. Just out here squashing jobbers. You know, they're doing the typical, you know, thing where when they debuted a Giant, they're gonna go through a bunch of enhancement guys.
Don't forget
And
it. Let me his main character trait. He walks like this.
it's funny. Like I see how Veer is like on social media and stuff like that, and I'm like, I feel like they should incorporate kind of what he's doing, a little bit more of his real personality. I get that what they're trying to do is they're trying to make him like a this,
Umaga?
I'm trying to make him the
I don't
Indian
know.
version of Umaga, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I mean, look, it's been a couple weeks. You never know. Maybe 6 months from now, he's one of the big talking points of the show. I mean, that happened to Braun Strowman, you know, not too long ago when he was doing the whole squash gimmick. So you
They're
never
trying
know
to
with
make
these
him the
things.
next Umaga. Why not get him in the bonsai pack?
I
You know what I
still
mean?
say I still think he needs he should get a manager. I think a manager would do wonders for him.
Yeah, I like how only me and Adam probably got that joke. But anyway, yeah.
So next up,
Next we have AD Styles.
So you know what? You just made the list. Oh no! Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Okay.
you see, again, you're always gonna make the list when you keep making those jokes. You know?
It's a WWE 2K joke. Whatever.
We're still laughing at that one joke, that one time you made about Cody Rhodes coming back to WWE. It's still gonna be the funniest joke of all time. Does Adam know about the joke he made about Cody?
Oh, I said he felt like I said the only way I can really know how to express that. I basically said if I felt like a proud dad.
What? Why is that?
Because he went through the whole thing of going to the NDC, New Japan, then going to AEW and then coming back, and I said I felt like a proud dad.
This guy looks like a proud dad when his son comes home and he's being forgiven, like the prodigal son.
So you felt like Dusty?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
Were you flip flopping flying over your couch when you heard the news?
Yeah, hey, I'm just a common man, dude.
Of course you are.
Working hard with his hands.
Yeah.
That was cringe. That was cringe. Both of y'all. Those are just y'all need to both be on the list for that. Anywho,
anyway, we had AD Styles defeat Damian Priest, and then, if I remember correctly, Edge and Priest. Edge came in and attacked Styles, and then Priest got in a few shots, whatever. And then out comes Finn Balor, as he continues to disappear like a jobber getting beaten by Veer Mahal. And then
you just said Veer Mahal. Wow.
Yeah, whatever.
This guy's drunk.
And then Finn Balor comes in. He's like, "Yeah, I got you, bro." Makes the save. I thought it was a cool moment. I really did. I thought it was a cool moment, and you were right, MK. You nailed it. They were setting him up for a big moment.
Yeah, I had a feeling that they would do it, but at the same time, I didn't know if they would because you never know with this company. That's the always thing. That's the the big saying when it comes to WWE. You never really know what really happens until it happens. I guess like you can apply that to life too. But yeah, I was really stoked about the with Finn and AJ teaming up. That could be a lot of fun. This could be a really fun pay-per-view match. Between the two. And as far as the match is concerned between AJ and Priest, I thought that was pretty good. Good match between AJ and Priest. The only thing I want to know is when they're gonna start actually adding more people into the Judgment Day faction.
Yeah. Well, how about the new Bullet Club with Balor and AJ? Are they gonna get any new members? That's what I want.
I think that's gonna be more of how like when Triple H and Shawn Michaels occasionally would team up as DX, yeah, I think this is gonna be one of those things where like for now we're gonna see AJ and Finn be a team, which that's cool. I don't think they're gonna like add more people.
So what? Are Balor and Styles just gonna run around saying, "And if you're not down with that, you can club it"?
No, I don't mean it. I don't mean it like that. Which that was
Wow,
just
you think
terrible.
I was cringe?
Yeah, see, you know what? Put this guy on the list twice, my guy. Kev, roll the clip.
You know what? You just made the list. Oh no! Oh, here we go.
Yeah. See, again, one more bad joke out of you, and you're gonna be on the super list next time. You know.
What is a super list?
Don't worry about it. It's a work in progress.
Don't worry about it. It's a work in progress. Is that what Edge said when he was about to turn heel? Yeah, don't worry about it. It's a work in progress.
Oh God. Anyways, but in terms of like, yeah. So going back to what I was saying, it's like
I can
think
just imagine Edge and Christian talking on the phone, and Edge is like, "Yeah, I'm about to turn heel, man. What's up with you?" He's like, "What? No, what's up with you? You said you're about to turn heel. What for? Don't worry about it.
You're imagining Edge and Christian being on the phone together. What's going on with you?
Yeah, imagine Edge is cooking in the kitchen and Christian's like,
why are you being so? First of all, why are you being so descriptive, man? Come on.
I don't know.
Okay, put this guy on the list again.
No.
You know what? You just made the list. Oh no! Oh, here we go.
You know what? I'm not gonna.
I was watching them play NHL '95.
You're watching them, bro?
Yeah, they're on YouTube. Anyway, let's just go on. Then we got Austin.
You hear what I have to do with Adam? This guy's just out here making sus jokes, my guy. We gotta keep an eye on heel right now.
I know. I have to play 2K22 with this guy. Imagine what that's like.
Oh boy. Anywho, next segment.
Yeah, imagine Fandango being your world champion. Yeah. Anyway, next we have Austin Theory, and the Miz and a Mustafa Ali segment, and it led to a handicap match, which we don't get these that often anymore.
Well, before you mention that, so before this was basically a Miz TV segment, where
that's what I said.
Well, just to elaborate things a little bit more.
Okay, fair enough.
So throughout the segment, they had all these music cut off, and then he didn't really talk on the mic because his microphone was off. So I guess that was the whole thing to kind of shut him out a little bit, and they went a little bit of back and forth. And Theory said, "Hey, you're gonna get yourself a contenders match tonight, but it's gonna be a handicap match." And and then Ali lost in a handicap match, and again Ciampa freaking attacked him like he did the week before. So it seems to me that they're doing a slow build with Ali going after the U.S. title, but he's also having this feud with Ciampa. Which is,
I like the way Canadians say Ciampa. They say Ciampa.
Ciampa. Well, that's basically whatever his name is this week. But yeah, I think that's one interesting thing is that you have him feuding with the Miz, but he's also feuding with Theory, but he's also feuding with Ciampa. And by the way, I actually think Miz and Theory would be a cool tag team.
No,
I don't know. They fit like a glove,
No.
Why?
Just stop.
Why?
Stop it. Stop
why?
it. Stop it. Stop it. No.
Okay.
Stop it.
Why not?
Just stop. No.
Why stop?
The Miz is far from that.
I'm not, bro. Come on. You're telling me that Austin Theory and
you see my head, please. This guy's going too far.
You're gonna
no,
give me a high five?
No.
Are you telling people to stop?
Yes.
Good God.
My hand goes up.
Are you quoting the Miz, the guy that's inferior?
See, this guy's already botching. See, this guy's already botching already, my guy. Damn.
Do you know what this means? Do you know what this means? When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut.
Yeah, exactly. Now stop it. Anyway,
inferior to MJF. That's what the Miz is.
No, he's not. Shut up. Anyway, next we have a handicap match.
Before we continue, Adam, did you get to see AEW Dark?
No, unfortunately, Dark is not the one show I did not watch this week. I did watch Dynamite and Rampage, however.
Okay, okay, interesting. So,
Ne-
Heel. So
Let's
you wanna?
try to stay on subject, okay?
All right,
Next, we
fair enough.
got Theory and The Miz, who defeated Ali in a handicap match, which I was like, there's no way they lose. I'm like, if they lose to Mustafa Ali in a handicap match, unless it's like interference or something like that, I'm gonna be like, what?
Yeah. So, like I mentioned earlier, uh, this is a slow build for Ali going after the U.S. title. Um, I thought the match was pretty standard handicap match spot. I did like the finish though of Miz doing the skull crusher finale while Ali's on the ropes. I thought that looked cool. Um, that was a cool variant of the finish. So again, they're doing a slow build with Ali and Champa, which we really want to know what's Champa's motivation and why he's attacking Ali. So it's should be interesting in what they're doing over the next upcoming weeks. Adam, do you got anything to say about this?
Sounds interesting.
All right, all right. Next
That's
segment.
me when I asked the waiter, what's special today? And I
Wow.
that was interesting. Okay. Okay, anyway,
That's a lot of waiters.
yeah, anyway, next we had Nikki almost superhero, which you saw in the backstage segment. For like a quick segment. Wow, sorry, quick second.
So this is the 24/7 shtick, huh?
Yeah, 24/7 championship, and then she won it from Dana Brooke, and yeah.
So they had a little thing backstage where you had Dana and Reggie and Tamina and Akira were arguing, and Truth wanted to get the 24/7 title, and
Yeah.
Nikki Ash got the title, and Dana told Reggie to get me a rematch, and so they did a rematch. Dana won, and then 24/7 stuff ensue, which I don't think anyone really cares about.
Hey,
But the
it's
more
our truth.
our truth is
Come on.
cool, but I feel like honestly, this whole 24/7 gimmick is just it's ran its course with me. I think the more interesting thing coming out of this whole thing is the segment between Dewdrop and Nikki Ash of them potentially being a team, where she said, "Hey, are you done playing with these jokes now? Are you done being silly?" So I guess this is leading to them being a team, which I mean, look, they need women tag teams, so I guess this makes sense. So I think that's
I
go ahead.
was thinking, imagine if R-Truth tried to hide himself by trying to be trying to host the Pat McAfee show as Pat McAfee. That would be funny. But anyway, I
Where do you come up with
digress.
this stuff, man?
In my head.
Just like sitting in a dark closet thinking these things. Hey, let me fantasize about Edge and Christian being on the phone with one another. Weirdo.
While Edge is cooking.
Again, why you being? Oh my god! Damn.
Anyway, here we go. So next, Cody Rhodes interrupted Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins was having like a day or whatever dedicated to himself, self-appointed or whatever, appreciation night. There we go. And Rollins was just, he was going off on Cody basically.
Yep.
And that led to a brawl, and this storyline it's actually pretty good. It's just me personally, I think it's just their way to keep Cody busy in a major storyline before he goes for Roman. That's the way I feel like. And how do you guys feel about this?
Adam,
And Adam, I know you have some comments because this has to do with your homeboy,
right.
so to speak, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Look, I'm counting the weeks until Cody Rhodes is on main event. Not in the main event, but on main event.
Does that
Because
even exist anymore?
I think it does. I believe it does. As far as I know, it does. Somebody Google that. Anyway,
Somebody
if you're-
Google.
put that in the comments. So I'm really liking this feud. I'm happy that Cody already got a win. over Seth. But, I mean, again, it's just one of those things where Vince doesn't like it when you
Breaking
leave the company.
news, Adam.
Yeah.
Yes, JEDI just said yes. Saturday night's main event does still exist.
Aha. Okay. So there's still a chance for Cody Rhodes to appear on main event.
Why are
which
you
will
happy about that?
No, I'm not. I'm not happy
Oh,
about it. But
I'm like,
I just want to be right. I just want to be right, just to prove that everyone that comes into WWE who is not. Yeah, Cody Rhodes is a WWE guy, obviously, because he's the son of the plumber and all that. But he left, and he decided to not burn his. He didn't exactly burn his bridge, obviously, because Vince was gracious enough to let him come back. But yeah, we'll see how long it is before Vince touches that and turns that into the proverbial poop pile. I'll just say, since I know that you've always talked about wrestling.
I don't necessarily think for Cody it would happen, because I feel like if there's a guy on the roster that they're paying
You know what? You just made the list. Oh no! Oh, here we go.
Adam just
damn.
made the list for saying that.
Yeah, so
gonna make
I
me
don't think
happy.
I don't think necessarily it's gonna happen with Cody, because I feel like if it's a guy that they're spending a lot of money on, like in the 7 figures, I don't think they're gonna put this guy on like main event or anything like that. And I think with Cody, especially with all the production and stuff that they're having him coming out with the entrance and
Dude,
whatnot.
he broke the pyro budget.
Yeah, he's breaking the pyro budget like every week, and there's a lot of investment with Cody right now, and look, he's selling a lot of merch, and he's on the up and up in WWE. I know it's only been a month, but I feel like the fans right now, I feel like Cody's gonna do just fine, on WWE TV, especially with a lot of money they're paying. They want to get that return on investment. So, and as far as the segment's concerned between Seth and Cody, I thought it was pretty good. I like the fact that they mentioned Dusty, because both Rollins and Cody have a relationship with Dusty. First with Seth, with Dusty being his mentor, down the NXT days, and mentioning him and saying that he wasn't good to win the title, and neither would Cody. So it's a little bit more personal with this feud, and I like it. The only thing I want to know is if this is going to be a feud that they're going to continue over the next pay-per-view, which I believe would be Hell in a Cell. They might need a match inside the cell, so I guess this might be a match that there is a chance that Cody could lose this match, thus continuing the feud. So you never really know.
But next we got Bobby Lashley versus Cedric Alexander, which, by the way, I liked. This is probably one of my favorite things on Raw, because I like how they had MVP come out and he was just distracting Bobby Lashley. And by the way, Bobby Lashley, he has one of the best entrances right now, probably in pro wrestling.
Oh man, that podium entrance, freaking awesome. And
like, just the way they're booking this whole story is just, it's really, really good so far. And I hope they don't mess it up. And they're really doing a good job at getting Omos over. And again, like, I know a lot of people are waiting for them to mess up. Granted, I'm kind of guilty of it too, in a weird way, because I'm just like, because how wrestling is. Not just every wrestling company, they can mess up, and who knows whose fault it is. It can be random. Sometimes it can be the owner wrestler's fault. But point is, so far it's been good, and good booking. Bobby Lashley eventually wins. Cedric had a decent showing only because of distractions. And it is what it is. Bobby Lashley won. Cedric I guess he had a good showing.
I did like the story before the match where Cedric wanted to prove MVP that, hey, I would like to be back in the Hurt Business, so to speak. And so that was the reason why this match happened. So there was a backstory for this match happening. You know, so I did appreciate that. And as far as the feud, it's going well so far. I like Omos. I like the pairing with him and MVP. I'm wondering what they're gonna do for the pay-per-view, if this is gonna be another Lashley win. I just feel like whether Omos wins a lot of these matches or not, I feel like the goal should be to make Omos as better coming out of this feud than going into it. Because I feel like with Omos with MVP can be money for the next little while. If, let's say, after this feud, whether he does win or lose, I hope he continues going on a bit of a reign of terror, so to speak. Not to say he got to put the world title on him or anything, because I still think Omos needs more seasoning in the ring. But there's potential there with him, and I like the pairing with him and MVP. And I thought the feud so far has been pretty interesting so far. One of the better things on WWE television so far. What do you say about this, Adam?
I think that almost sounds a lot like almost. So every time I hear his name, I think that they're saying almost, which I think would be really interesting once they get him into title contention and he loses. They can say, "Oh, did he win the title? Almost."
That's what I say.
Come on, director.
That's
Come on, Mr. Director.
That's
Play the
such a
clip.
dad
You know what to do.
That's such a dad joke. That is such a dad joke. We're not going to play the clip, man. I think we've overused it.
Mr. Director.
No, don't. We've overused it. We've overused it.
No, I'm just like, imagine calling Kev Mr. Director.
I think you just want to be on the list at this point. It's not as fun.
We haven't met. I haven't formally introduced myself yet, so I only know Mr. Kev. I'll call him Mr. Kev. How's that? Mr. Director.
Mr. Cavity. I don't know.
Whoa. What was that? Do you just call him Mr. Cavity?
Mr. Cavity. Mr. Cavity would actually be a good manager for Britt Baker.
True.
All right, here we go.
And this is why the ratings are going to go -5 stars after this.
Anyway, next we got Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, and Asuka defeating Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley, and Sonya Deville. Which, I mean, it was a solid match, and you kind of figured it was going to happen because they gotta give at least Sonya a little bit of like mystery, of like, because wrestling fans today are too smart, so they knew if they had the face win now, Sonya would have the face would have almost no mystery going into the next match. So
What do you mean by mystery though?
Wait.
What do you mean by?
I gone cross-eyed.
No, because you mentioned something about mystery. What was the mystery of the match?
Oh yeah, that's right. Sonya is in a title match with Women's Champion right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of in a feud right now, but there wasn't really much mystery to this. They did announce this as the show began. So
yeah, no, not that. I'm just saying, like, you kind of have to like, you know what I mean? You have to build her up somewhere.
I guess.
Like, when was the last time Sonya wrestled before she became like a manager?
SummerSlam, and she just wrestled last week.
Yeah, I know last week.
And then she wrestled like a month before that against Naomi, and she had another pay-per-view. Yeah, she's had multiple matches even as a manager. So, but in terms of that 6-man itself, I thought it was cool. They gave Liv Morgan the shine here, which is nice. Yeah, I mean, I feel like ever since they added Asuka back into the division, and even Sonya being a competitor, I feel like they're adding a little bit more life to the Raw Women's division, which is cool.
Maybe it's just my fault, because I'll be honest with you, Sonya Deville has like that vibe where it's like, I don't know, it's just hard to take her seriously sometimes. And when I mean seriously, I don't mean like she's goofy. I mean like, I don't know. She still needs to be built up. I guess you can say. I don't know. I
I
don't know.
mean,
How do you feel
I,
about
I,
Sonya
I, I,
personally?
I think I get what you mean because even before she went away, um, the what happened was she wasn't really taken seriously as a real threat because for the longest time she was in a tag team with Mandy Rose, and she didn't really do much in that team, right? Even though they've been a team for a while, and so they didn't. It wasn't like she was built up as a like a legitimate contender. So I kind of understand where you're coming from in that sense. So, but overall, I thought the the six women tag was was solid stuff, you know. But what do you think, Adam? What do you thought about the main event?
Yep, that happened.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess this was basically the Raw review. I mean, the Raw from last night had some good moments, had some solid action, had some storyline progression. Especially what I liked the most was the AJ and Finn teaming up, which was nice. Um, so I feel like they're building up a little bit for Backlash, you know. So yeah, like what would you say about that, heel?
Yeah, the build for the matches going forward was really solid. Raw overall, 5 or 6 out of 10. Any rumors, MK? That's normally your department.
The only big news coming out is that I heard that Roderick Strong is planning to get his release,
Oh
but
yeah, I heard
apparently
about
that yeah, that's which by the way, are you hearing any background noise from my end?
that right now.
Okay. Oh, were you hearing that before?
Uh, no. Probably a
Okay.
little bit, but not really. Yeah,
Okay.
just keep going.
Okay. Um, so yeah, Roderick Strong has asked for his release, and apparently it was denied. So that's been the story going on for the past 24 hours. Um, and that's interesting because I felt like Roderick Strong would have been one of those guys that would have gotten cut anyways because I don't necessarily think there's a room for him on the main roster. Talented guy in the ring, but I don't think he really has much of a personality anyways. You know, like uh, and I feel like maybe him leaving WWE makes the most sense because plus let's be real, like NXT he's like in his mid 30s, and I don't necessarily think there's much for him to do there other than just putting over people, and even that's just kind of like, you know what, why don't he just move to AEW or something, where you can actually get a bigger spotlight, I suppose.
Yeah. And all right, now let's go ahead and cover WrestleMania Backlash, which I'll be honest with you, I don't get why they got to put WrestleMania in front of like they just call
Yeah,
it pay-per-view, but
it's just it's I get it. They want to market everything, but it's like this is one of those things. It's like you're milking it, you know. Um,
yeah,
but in terms of the pay-per-view, so there's 6 matches on the card for now. I guess we can run through them quickly.
yeah.
Uh,
So
uh,
hold on. I'm the one that makes the calls. Okay, don't
yeah,
I
go
got
ahead.
her. Okay, so first we got Bobby Lashley versus Omos. I'm gonna go ahead and say Omos wins that match.
I'm gonna go with Omos winning this match too because I think he needs to get a win here. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And what about you, Adam? If you had to pick, who's winning?
I'm actually going to be odd man out on this one. I'm going to go with Lashley, but I'm going to say that Omos is Omos going to win.
All right.
It'll be a good match, but Lashley.
How about Happy Corbin versus Madcap Moss? I'm gonna say Happy Corbin should win, but they're probably gonna give the win to Madcap Moss.
I'm gonna go with Madcap winning here. I think they're trying to build him up a little bit, um, as a baby face, and from what I've heard too is that I think Corbin is planning on taking some time off. So I think this is just a way for Madcap to win, so he can get some time off.
All right. How about you, Adam?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Madcap also for the reason that it looks like they are building Madcap into something bigger, and Happy Corbin looks like they're decreasing what he's been doing lately. So madcap.
But he won the lottery and everything, man. He's always happy, no matter what.
Oh, big deal.
Are you gonna clap along? If you know what happiness is the truth.
That was terrible, my guy. Just go to the next match. That was terrible, man.
Next, we got AJ Styles versus Edge. I'm gonna say, this is actually gonna be a really good match because I don't know who's gonna win. Damian Priest is banned from ringside though, so I'm gonna say, actually, I'm gonna say Edge probably win. No. You know what? I'll say they get. I'm gonna say AJ only because I got a feeling Priest might still try to interfere, but Finn Balor said it's gonna be there for help either way.
I'm gonna go with AJ to win here, and I think they're gonna do a situation where maybe Balor distracts Edge as payback for WrestleMania. Because remember when AJ lost to Edge at Mania, it was the distraction by Priest. So I guess AJ will return the favor and win by distraction from Finn Balor.
It's not Edge's fault. AJ got distracted by catering, man. That cheesesteak smelled good even from the arena.
Yeah. Adam, what about you?
I'm going to go with AJ also. I feel that he needs it more than Edge.
Yeah. Hey, catering can smell good sometimes. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Drew McIntyre and RK Bro versus the Bloodline and Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman. 6-man tag, Teddy Long special. Who's going to win?
I'm going to actually go... Sorry, go ahead.
I'm going to go ahead and pick Drew McIntyre and RK Bro, possibly. Yeah, you guys next.
I'm going to go with the baby faces here. I think, and I'm going to predict that Drew pins one of the Usos to win this match, thus setting up Drew going after the Universal title.
All right, how about you?
Yeah, I'm going to go odd man out again. I'm going to go with Bloodline because, I don't know, I just feel like Bloodline is hot right now.
By the way, some rock band out there missed out on having the Bloodline as their band name. That sounds like a great band name. I'm just being honest. Then we have Cody Rhodes versus Seth freaking Rollins, and this match is gonna be insanely good, especially for you AEW types out there. I'll be surprised if this match disappoints. I'm gonna have to go. Cody Rhodes probably wins, but I wouldn't be surprised if they gave Seth the win because Cody did beat him in their last meeting.
I'm going to predict Seth wins by disqualification. I think there's going to be a situation where Seth is going to anger Cody to the point where Cody causes himself to get DQ'd, you know? So, and thus continuing the feud. So Seth wins, but he gets himself disqualified, so to speak.
Stardust could have come out and distract him.
Okay.
How about you, Adam?
Yeah, I'm going to say Seth gets the win back, and Cody goes off to wrestle on Saturday night's main event where he has no pyro.
Well, of course, he probably won't have any pyro.
By the way, I'm not rooting for that to happen. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm 100% wrong.
That's a lie. I'm more pro-Butch, and that is a lie.
No, I want Cody to be successful in WWE. I just think that everything Vince touches turns bad.
Keep lying. There's going to be coal in your stocking, sir. Anyway, next we have Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey, and I'll be honest with you, even though this is an I Quit match, I don't really care who wins this match. And but if I had to pick, I'd probably pick Ronda Rousey.
I'm going to pick Ronda Rousey to win, but let's be real, the real losers of this match is everybody, including us.
Yeah.
Because of how crappy this whole feud is, man. This is such a channel changer for me. I don't care, man. I just every time I see them, I'm like, bro, I just want to turn off the screen. It's not even funny.
If you can hear us, you don't pay us enough to watch stuff like this. I'm just gonna be honest. When it comes to Charlotte Ronda Rousey, like if this match goes 30 minutes, dude, you can tell everyone that's watching is gonna be like, I quit. But yeah.
I think it'd be funny if the crowd chants "I quit, I quit." That would be funny. I was like, yo.
They can use the audio clip from Royal Rumble '99 with Mankind going, "I quit, I quit."
I know.
That they probably would. I think they might do that just to protect Ronda, but I think Ronda's gonna win this. But realistically, we're all gonna lose. We're all losing this match.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Who is Ronda facing again?
Charlotte Flair.
I don't know.
Oh,
Ric Flair's daughter.
right.
I don't know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, I know who Charlotte Flair is. I guess I'll go with Ronda arouse me all day and all night.
What?
What? Oh god. All right, keep it in your pants. All right, man.
Well, so much for being a PG show.
Oh, come on, there's kids watching here. What's going on?
Don't go that.
But yeah, I guess that's basically the Backlash.
That's everything, folks.
That is and that is basically it for the Raw review, predictions for Backlash, and yeah, I guess Heel, you can close us off.
So Adam, where can they find you and all that now that you're a part of the JEDI family?
You can find me usually in random basements. Sometimes I hang out in malls.
Random basements.
What?
I don't have anything social media going on, so hey, you can follow my YouTube channel, I guess. Diffman.
No.
731. Shout out DMW Dream Match Wrestling.
All right, and that's it, guys. Good night, and thank you for tuning in for Hill of the Ring.
I'm awesome! You people bought a ticket to see me, so shut up!
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no control.
Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you live under a rock,
I might grab a bat, I don't know, my rap, my blood boils over like, oh god, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh god, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face just to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you gon' wish you had such a fucked up real bad.
Shut up!
I like a flashback.
Bye.